Hello everyone, welcome to Building the Ultimate Matchbox Car Collection. My name is Tyrone and today's all about moving parts, old and new. Kind of a little reminder that you used to get things by the by. You didn't have to pay 2 or 3 times the regular amount. This is probably the best version of a modern Matchbox car in opening parts. It's the little Honda, 2004 Honda S2000 to be exact. It's come out in a couple of colours. This is my favourite, although opening and closing this bonnet has not agreed with that paintwork, but it's still a keeper. So we'll see if we can sit it there with the bonnet up. Till I show you a good look. Plenty going on, usually just a black cover. Now, other brands do opening parts without really mentioning it. We'll go up to one of my favourite brands. This is Auto World. Weighs about 4 kilos. But there's a couple of opening parts on this one. But sometimes you wonder why they bothered. I mean, that's the modern engine, isn't it? Although I'm surprised it's so far down. But what would I know? And then you get the little tailgate. Well, there's nothing little about these things, is there? It's a lovely vehicle. That's the Chevy, isn't it? Nice. Doesn't really go well with the Honda. Maybe they're in scale. I'm not sure. I've never seen one next to the other in real life. Moving right along, one of Matchbox's peg warmers is probably the polite way of saying it, is this concept. Never really took off, did it? But a lot of them don't in real life either. Renault Trésor concept, if that's how you say it. Yeah, you still see these on the pegs, unfortunately. No, I don't know what I'm doing there. Short of snapping it off. What a fizzer. Really not much nice to say about that. So when they get it wrong, they really get it wrong. But when they get it right, gee whiz. Case in point, should we go for this one? It's the Mercury Saber Wagon. And this version is the Brady Bunch. You won't see too many versions of this one. The original was white, and this one in the Star Car series, Mercury Saber Wagon. But yeah, really good opening part. It's plastic, but who cares? Looks great. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And we'll go way back with Matchbox. Well, actually just Lesney. They weren't known as much else. Everyone called them Lesneys, although you'll see Matchbox on the boxes. Mercedes-Benz 220 SE, made by Lesney in England. Wow. No reluctance at all for that working part to work after all these years. It's older than me. Not many things are these days. Less and less things are, I suppose. One of my favourite with opening parts. See, they never mentioned opening parts. They just happen to be. This is the Javelin in blue. Normally came in green. There are other colours, but this one is mine. Yeah. AMX Javelin. Usually came with a horse float, but not always. And I've got a Japanese issue Rolls Royce from Matchbox with the boot. Put your whatever in the boot, your boots. There's a sneak in my boot. Black painted base, silver shadow on the base. Leave that open like a deal's going down. Around the era of the Mercedes, the red one behind this is the Jaguar. Again, not much to see in the engine bay, just a bit of overspray I think. Still funky though. Mark 10 Jaguar with a tow hook. We can go together. Before we get on with other very old Matchbox, we'll zip through a few other brands. This is a very old Tomica. See if we can get that little sucker to open. Oh look, there's nothing in there. Just the firewall. Actually, it wouldn't be a firewall because the engine's here. This is a Subaru 360. Terribly expensive nowadays. Tomica these days, slightly less expensive. It feels spring-loaded, but it's not. They still do a really good job. And what are we? Oh yes, the Suzuki Swift Sport, made in Vietnam. Isn't that cute? So we'll put that over there by the old school. This does not have any opening parts. This is a premium. Mini GT made this, BMW. They don't bother with opening parts. I'm not sure if they've ever seen a Mini GT with opening parts, but they put all of their effort into detail and quality finish. So yeah, not all brands do opening parts. That's pretty close to perfect, isn't it? So I'll put him over there so he doesn't show us all up. An old majorette here in the BMW. They are world famous for opening parts, although this one doesn't have that satisfying click. Strangely lensed green tail lights, but nostalgia carries it over the line for me. And made in France on the base, just as it should be. It's got it all, that car. One of my favourites in the world. We'll skip through a few Matchbox. This used to be the Tanzara, but this Hong Kong version of it is the Midnight Magic. And opening part, yep, that's old school. Terrific. Look at that engine. Oh, we should leave that up. Another Matchbox, again really old. It's the Cougar. Genuinely good interior. Still working doors. You won't get that satisfying click out of that one either. Just got to be careful with it. We'll skip over to Biante. This is a now defunct Australian 164. Let's see if we can get the bonnet to open. Yep. And there's a bit to see there too. Colour of this is Lettuce Salone. Yeah, plenty of detail, but completely different price point as well. So we'll put that over the back so it doesn't embarrass my little Matchbox cars. And we've got a green light as well. That's the Nova, I think, or Chevelle. And a fair amount of detail on the engine. And these aren't particularly expensive cars, but and the quality issues on opening parts on green light. Oh, just noticed. Rainy nights wouldn't be too pleasant with that gap. Just don't drive it on a rainy night, folks. But yeah, green light is another favourite of mine. And last but very not least is the Mercury Villager. Cougar Villager, actually, from Mercury, therefore from Ford. But we were easily pleased back then. This has got a plastic tailgate, Mercury on it. Loving it. Almost looks like it should have a tow ball, but it never, a tow bar, tow hitch, but it never did. Yeah, big slab of a thing. Yeah, terrific little opening part. So, what do you think? Should they bother telling us they've got an opening part and then charging us double or triple? I'm not so sure, but it's nice to have the variety, isn't it, in the collection. They should never have released that one, in my opinion, but who am I? Put them all symmetrical. Out of whack. You know what I was trying to do. Beautiful. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.